Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout out goes to Soko Rashid. Soko Rashid was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and thus wins this shout out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, with a review of the 4DRC F10 Vicky, or I like to call it the Miss Vicky, showing my age there. This is a low-cost beginner's GPS drone is what it is, folks. If you've seen recently my recent review of the F3, 4DRC F3, this is very similar to the F3. However, there's some cosmetic differences between the two, and there is some differences in the camera between this and the previous F3 that I've reviewed. Now, let's talk about this drone. It only weighs 186 grams. I guess it's advertised at 249 grams. I weighed this thing with the battery installed. It's lighter than that. It's 186 grams. And as such, this does not require registration in most countries. However, keep in mind it does have a camera on it. So for those countries, such as in the European Union, that do require registration for cameras, this drone will, require registration in those type of countries that are a little more restrictive on what needs to be registered and what does not. Now, I mentioned this is a GPS drone. It does have automatic return to home capability on command, on loss of signal, and on low voltage. It will come back and land itself where it took off from. Also, it is powered by brushed motors to keep the cost down. These are brushed 0823 cordless motors that are installed in this. And again, the idea is to keep the weight down and also to keep the cost down on this particular drone. It is powered by a 3.7 volt 1100 milliampere hour battery. This supposedly gives it up to 25 minutes of flight time. I find that hard to believe. I'd expect something under 15 minutes for this size of a battery with this drone. We'll find out when we go out in the field what type of flight time we'll get to it. But mentioning the battery, it is charged via a micro USB port in the battery itself here. You'll see a little light come on there while you're charging it. You get a cable with this to charge this particular battery, but I recommend using a wall charger, a phone wall charger, to charge this large battery instead of your computer. This could take a day or two if you try to charge this through the USB port on your computer, which is only, I guess, around 500 milliamps. You want a 2-amp wall charger, and that will cut down the charge time on this much quicker to charge this particular battery. Okay, so let's put the battery back in, show how it goes in. The camera on this, I'm sorry, I bumped my camera. The camera on this is not as good as what I saw on the previous F3. This camera is a 720p camera on this with a rather narrow field of view. But again, you're not going to expect to get cinematic 4K cameras at this price range. It's just not going to happen, folks. But again, this is not intended for producing video for professional video. This is a beginner's learn to fly drone. That's all it is, folks. Beginners learn to fly with GPS to help make it easier for you to learn to fly. And I've mentioned the 720p camera. One thing I did not mention is this is available in the GPS version. Has both built-in GPS and an optical flow sensor on the belly for flying indoors. If you want to hover this drone without using the GPS, such as indoor flying, you can do that with this optical flow sensor. It looks directly beneath the drone and uses what it sees beneath the drone to maintain its position. And I mentioned optical flow. This is available in 2 different versions, folks. There's the 5G version, which is the 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, and I'll get into that shortly. The GPS version, in other words, comes with both the GPS and an optical flow sensor, but there is a cheaper version that has only optical flow only, no GPS capability. And also that version has 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, which works on most phones. But keep in mind, with that 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, expect much shorter FPV video range from the drone. Expect to see ranges of about 70 meters video range versus 200 meters or so video range with this 5 gigahertz version. So, you get what you pay for is what I'm trying to say here, folks. You go for that cheaper version. You might be disappointed in the range that you get. Now, this is also advertised with a 2-kilometer range. That 2-kilometer range may be true for the controller, but don't expect to get 2-kilometer FPV video range, okay? Now, this drone does not have a built-in SD card reader or writer to record your video. Your video is being recorded only through to your phone using the drone's app via Wi-Fi. Now, keeping in mind that that video is only going to go out to 200 meters maximum. If you fly out to 2 kilometers with this drone, you are going to be flying blind, and you're not going to be able to record that video. So, you know, what is the use of being able to fly 2 kilometers if you can't record your video? That's what I'm trying to say there. And let's talk about that app. This uses the 4DRC Pro app available on Google Play and iTunes. And with that, you'll get the FPV video from this camera. You'll be able to see what the camera's projecting or what the camera's seeing, along with getting advanced flight control modes of circle me, follow me, and waypoints on the drone. And let's see what else. That's about it. Okay, I did mention the camera on this is a 720p camera. Is the actual resolution of this camera. Using that 4DRC Pro app, you know, this is being advertised as 6K. What they're saying is, what that does is it electronically enlarges the video from this camera up to a resolution of 6,144 by 3,456 pixels for still photos. It's still going to look like 720p frame grab from the video, but it's much larger file size is the end results, folks. So don't expect to see improvement using the app to electronically enlarge that video or the still images. Also, it does the same with the video from the camera and electronically interpolates it to 1920 by 1080 pixels at about 19 frames per second. So again, but it still will look like a 720p video, unfortunately. That's just electronic interpolation. Let's go over what you get in the package. You get manuals for this, but the manual that came with this is for the 4DRC F3, which is again is a very similar drone. The actual F10 manual that comes with this is only in Chinese. It's only available in Chinese. However, everything about this drone works exactly the same as the original F3, so just you can use this manual, in other words, to fly this particular drone. You also get the drone in the package. This drone is also available with 1, 2, or 3 spare batteries. I recommend, if you are considering additional batteries for this drone, get them at the time of purchase, because you will be unable to purchase them separately because of LiPo shipping restrictions. Additionally, in the package, you get a spare set of propellers along with a micro USB cable for charging those batteries. You also, there's also, I believe, in there no, I can't find it. Oh yeah, there is. The obligatory tiny Phillips screwdriver is in there too. Okay. And you get the controller. And also, this comes with a very nice carrying case for carrying the drone and its accessories. Now let's go over the controller. The controller is the exact same as the one from the 4DRC F3. The buttons on it, this button here is for for adjusting the rates of the drone to adjust its speed. It has beginner, intermediate, and expert rate for a low, medium, and high speed. These antennas on here are fake antennas. There are no wires running up in here, so they're just for looks. This button right on the right here is for taking a photo with a quick press, and a long press it will take a video. This button here is for turning on the controller and turning it off, and this is its phone holder. By the way, this phone holder is very large. It holds my extra large phone, so finally they're starting to realize that not everybody has ultra thin phones. So I do like this phone holder on here. But again, this is the power button. This is automatic takeoff, automatic landing. To use this automatic takeoff, you need to first start the motors. And to start the motors on this drone, you bring both sticks down and outboard like that. Down and out, and that will start the motors on the drone. This button here is for activating the compass calibration on the drone. I will show you how to use that when we go take this out into the field. You can turn the GPS off if you wish by pressing this button here, and you would do that if you're flying indoors, or if you enter into toilet bowl effect with this particular drone. If you lose control of the drone with the GPS system on, press this button and we'll go into optical flow mode, and then you should be able to manually fly it back. It does have automatic return to home capability, again on command when the GPS is on, by pressing this button here. And this one that's labeled auto is headless mode. It does have headless mode capability, which you activate by pressing that button there. So that's the 4DRC Vicky. Let's take it out into the field and see how it flies. Hope you enjoy this flight. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here with on a beautiful day with the 4DRC F10 Vicky. Beginner's GPS drone, low-cost beginner's GPS drone. If this works out as advertised, this actually might be a great drone for beginner pilots. You know, something affordable. You're not going to get cinematic video, don't expect that, but it will be fun to fly still, with that in mind. So to start this up, you need to press and hold this button down until the lights in the back come on, flashing, and then put it on a flat level surface, like so. And that will calibrate the gyro on board. Then we turn on the transmitter and go up and down on the throttle, like so, to bind the transmitter to the controller. And we have a solid red light in the back. Now the first thing, since this is a GPS drone, we are going to need to do a compass calibration. Always do that before you fly, folks. I recommend it. And to do that, you press this button here and hold it down until the light starts flashing on the back of the drone. The red light is flashing right now. I don't know if you can see that. And we need to turn the drone like so, 3 times or so, till we hear a beep. We heard that beep, and then we go nose down like so, and continue rotating until we hear another beep. And there we go. Compass calibration is complete. Very important for GPS drones, folks. Just remember that. Okay, the next thing I need to do is connect that 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. We just got sufficient satellites to fly, but I need to connect that 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi to my phone. Okay, and then I'll open the app. So you got to connect to the Wi-Fi first, and then you open the app. So hold on while I do that, folks. Okay, this is the 4DRC Pro app, available on Google Play and iTunes. Then we hit Go in the lower right corner. And we've already done this, so we don't need to do these calibrations. We did it using the controller. I like to use the controller, but there we go. We got FPV video. Let me raise up that camera because we're looking at a lot of ground here. And we do that manually by tilting it with our fingers. Okay, it's still a little bit too high. I don't want to see the propellers, although we may. But that seems to be good right there. Again, notice this is not the best camera in the world, folks. It's a little old 720p camera with interpolation on top of that. Okay, so we're ready to fly. I am going to start the video camera by pressing this button here, holding it down until we hear a beep. And it says it doesn't support 4K interpolation. And we're going to do, is it okay to interpolate the 1080p? I'm going to hit confirm. Actually I would prefer not to do any interpolation, but you don't have any choice. And we're going to start the motors by down and out on both sticks, and then giving it a little throttle until we get to an altitude we like, right about there. And before we go flying any further, we're going to check stability, making sure this thing's not rotating like in a toilet bowl. If you see any of that, folks, you need to land immediately and redo the compass calibration. If it starts going around in the toilet bowl, land immediately because it's just going to get worse. Okay, that's working. Camera is recording, except the camera is too high. So let me land it again. I guess we need to have that tilted down a bit. Tilt it down just a bit because there's quite a bit of magnification on the video. Quite a bit of magnification. So there we go. Let's start the motors again. Going back into the air. Got to come back down now because I got to ask you. Let's see, it's the first day of true spring in my opinion. I want to show you. Yeah, it's tie-dye season. So I like my shirt today, folks. Okay. And it's getting a little bit warm here too. Okay, we're good to go there. Let's test out its FPV range. So we'll go up first to height. See if we can see Lake Erie first. We'll go up to a height of about 20 meters. 20 meters usually is where we can see Lake Erie. Can you see Lake Erie, folks? I think I can, just barely. And then we're going to push forward and head to the road. See what type of range we get before we lose FPV on that video. Let me stop the video recording because I'm not sure if it's recording or not. Well, it was recording. Okay, so I'm going to start it again. Hit confirm and head toward the road. Pushing forward. Now we do have some wind today, that's why it's bumping around. And that's what you get when there's no stabilization. Okay, right here at about 55 meters, it's getting real iffy with the Wi-Fi. So, again, don't expect great, fantastic ranges with a beginner's drone. But 60 meters out seems to be okay. We're going a little bit farther forward. 160, that's not 168 meters away. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Okay, no, it's not, because the road is 168 meters. These are in feet, folks. Those numbers you're seeing down there are in feet. 468 feet. Okay, we're close to 200 meters. Yeah, I believe it now. Okay, we're still got FPV range at about close to 200 meters. I'm saying about 180. The road's 180. So from that position there, let's try the return to home and landing. So pressing return to home button. And let's see it do its return to home and landing. Turn back mode, they call it. We'll see. Okay, coming back. We'll see how close its return to home and landing is. And right now I'm seeing toilet bowl. See it up and okay, its toilet bowl stopped. It swirled for a bit there on its return to home. Let's see how close the landing is. I'm going to step back a bit. It's coming down. So return to home and landing works. We went out to about 200 meters. That's pretty good for a cheap drone like this. Again, what I'm seeing, the camera is not the best in the world, but you wouldn't expect it at this price range. Keep that in mind. So Miss Vicky is about 2 to 3 meters away from its takeoff point, which again is not too bad. Let's see it do a final descent. I'm going to stop it before it touches. Right there. Stop it. So about 3 meters. 3 meters distance. So let's try the advanced flight control features of the app, see if they work. Going up a bit higher, and we need to activate those by clicking on that box in the upper left corner of the FPV screen. Oh, before we do that, let me sync up the cameras. Camera synced for that flight. Turning off the camera, then restarting the camera, syncing up one more time. Wait, confirm. Syncing up the cameras one more time. 3, 4. Okay, that should be good. Going back up. Why did I do that, folks? That's so my lips are in sync with the video. If I don't do that, it looks like a badly dubbed kung fu movie. So that's why I do that. GPS follow. Let's come down a little lower. See if it'll let me fly on, and then hitting GPS follow. Okay, GPS follow is activated. Can I come down lower? Okay, will it follow? Yeah, it's turning. It's just that it's zoomed in so far. Let's see if it follows me as I walk this way. Walk this way and talk this way. The follow me is working. Syncing up again. Follow me is working. Let's see if it stops. Notice that I stopped. Let's see if it notices that I'm walking toward it. When's it going to notice that I'm walking toward it? By the way, how do you like my shirt today, folks? Okay. Whoa, where's it going? Okay, now it's pointing over here. Going toward you works, but following you works, but going away from you if you go toward it, it doesn't seem to work as well. Let's try that circle position. Yeah, come down a bit. Circle position, that's right about over my head. I want to be over my head. And then, let's see, where is circle? Surrounding. Pressing the button. Let's see what it does. Activated circle position. No, it's still in follow mode. I think I need to turn off follow mode. Oh, that X on the left side, I'm sorry. Do I need to open up the box to do that? Then click in the X. It's going over my head, and it's going into circle position, even though it says it's follow mode. This is circle position. I think it's circle position. Do I need to tell it which direction to go? Well, I'm not sure what it's doing, folks. It's going back over there. Okay, we're still in follow mode, obviously, so let's try to come out of that. Pressing follow mode. Now it's in surround mode. You had to click it one more time. Now there's circle position. And where's it circling? It was over here, I guess. Hi. So circle position is working. Circling my position. And finally, I know the folks are interested in waypoints. So let's stop at pressing the X, opening the box. Come on, box open. And clicking the X. Clicking circle position. I hit the X, then I hit it one more time to come out of it. Okay. So, GPS signal is not normal. I'm not sure why it's not normal. But pulling it toward me. They're bringing this back toward me. Okay, I think it's still in surround mode. Okay, that's working. But when I push forward, it goes backwards. And when I pull forward, it's like it's in headless mode. Although I don't think I activated headless mode, did I? Is there headless mode here? And no, I'm not saying headless mode here. But how about here? Okay, headless mode's activated now. And I'm doing out. Oh, let's come out of that. Pushing forward. And what I want to do is get in the picture and pull back and do an up and away. You're not going to do it with this zoomed in camera. It's just not going to happen. So, okay, let's bring it back toward me. And I got to come out of headless mode too. Headless mode's off. It seems like it's still in headless mode, like the sticks are reversed. I'm not sure why that is. But while we're here, let's stop the video recording. And start it one more time, because our battery's starting to get low. Confirm. Battery's starting to get low in this beginner's plane, or beginner's drone. One more time. See those lights flashing? That means my battery's low, and I'm thinking of going back home. Okay, low battery, please return in time. Well, we're going to see what it does on low battery, folks. I'm going to fly it until it either drops. It wants me to return. So we're going to return. We're going to call that. I'm not seeing the screen anymore. That really not let me do anything other than just watch this hand fly around here. So I'm going to hit return to home. Or land. Let's just land it. Right there. Land it right there. And call that its flight time. So that is its flight time on the Vicky, the F10 Vicky. Actually, not a bad little drone. Not a bad beginner's drone. The camera, keep in mind, it is a, $60 drone with GPS. I don't think you should expect to be getting true 4K video at that price range. It ain't going to happen, folks. It really ain't. So, hope you enjoyed this flight of the Vicky. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.